For 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the gentleman for yielding the time. The landscape of Washington is littered with the broken promises of the Democratic majority. We've heard an awful lot about fiscal discipline, but we just haven't found it yet. This bill increases funding for the federal government by almost 9% over last year. There are very few other household budgets or business budgets or private sector budgets that grow at that rate. We heard a lot over the last year, a lot of bold talk that turned into empty rhetoric about the concept of fiscal discipline. And apparently, our definitions of that term differ greatly, because the Democratic budget that these appropriations bills are implementing includes the largest tax increase in American history. But they didn't stop there. They went on to say, despite what we may have said during the campaign, we want a new policy on earmarks. We want a policy on earmarks that prevents the American people from seeing them, that prevents the members of Congress from having to vote on them until they mysteriously appear in the middle of the night in the conference report. Fortunately, 2 weeks ago, this body walked them back from that ill-conceived policy. And today, you can now hold your member of Congress accountable for each and every one of the votes that they take on earmarks. But they didn't stop there. They also, to make their budget move forward, despite having the largest tax increase in American history, used these reserve funds that are empty. They have a sticky note in the bottom of them with an IOU. They use these reserve funds to promise rural America, we will put $20 billion more into the Farm Bill. Here's our IOU. It hasn't materialized. They told Americans in need, here's an additional pot of billions of dollars to fund S-chip. It hasn't materialized. They did that on over 20 occasions, these mysterious reserve funds. This bill is just one example of the reckless fiscal policy that the Democratic majority has charted for this country. A 9% year-over-year increase for Treasury, Postal, the executive branch, the IRS, all very popular agencies in the American psyche right now. They've promised America the largest tax increase in American history. They've promised the different constituent groups reserve funds, secret slush funds, and IOUs, but they've delivered no accomplishment, no substantive policy change, nothing in the first 6 months of their rule. America deserves better. I yield back the balance of my time.
Does anyone seek time?
Mr. Chairman, how much time does each side have?